They put in a lead that is actually the diameter of the brass. So you use the same magazine, it's the same capacity. You just need a different barrel to accommodate the larger lead. And they make a version of it that's subsonic. Oh, nice. So what I want to do is SBR it, like I'm talking 7.5.
That was from the Israeli IWI Tavor in 5.56. NATO or 223 Remington. I'm shooting some American Eagle 223 Remington in 55 grain, full metal jacket. This is the 18-inch barreled version, bullpup, and it has the faded dark earth body to it, or frame, however you want to refer it to. I'm shooting it with a older EOTech, getting that dialed in. And then I've got a Streamlight TLR 1S flashlight on there. And probably put, I don't know, maybe 100 rounds through it so far, and I'm really happy with it. I got it, the sights in, dialed in where I like them, and things just shooting great. Haven't had any problems. Really happy with it. It's performing just like I expected it to. It's pretty cool. We're shooting at about 50 yards, and it's performing very well, especially with me behind the trigger. And then we're out here at the Eastern Nebraska Gun Club today. This is the 100-yard range. This part's 50, over there's 100. We're shooting a couple of M1 Garands, an M1 A1 and 308 Winchester. There's a Romanian AK variant, and then this IWI Tavor. It's pretty nice. We're spoiled today. Got the whole place to ourselves, and everything's just going pretty well. Spotting scope's working. Rifles seem to be working well, and I'm not shooting too bad today, so can't complain.
Yeah, I can see the dust. Yeah, I've had no complaints with this. This has been great. Some of the upgrades I put on this, I don't want to put too much on and make it heavy. That's the thing, yeah. But have you seen this bad lever? Aware of it? I've seen it. Yep, you can do it the normal way, or handle it all. Just push it straight down. Yeah. Load the magazine, and then all I have to do is flip that down.
In some good shooting in, I'll have good groups.
So just practice your fundamentals, and I bet that group size will shrink.
Yep.
Is it kind of all over, or is it still...
Well, I've shot enough rounds at it now that it's starting to be pretty shotgunned out there.
Okay.
I've been keeping track of where I've been hitting it. I've been adjusting elevation back and forth based on what I think I need to do.
Yeah.
And I've been chasing myself too far up, a little bit down, up, down, and now
Right.
I think I've got it where I need it to go.
That's cool. Spotting scope helps out a lot with that.
Yeah, it looks like a mess right now.
It's a pain when you have to actually walk down range and realize, oh, I'm all over the place, I suck. But it's not quite as bad when you can just look down your scope and be like, oh, I suck. At least I didn't walk down there. That's what I've learned.
I think you're right about the fundamentals. If I do some good shooting, this is going to look nice. But if I just want to, dick around and
Right on.
make noise, it's going to look bad.
Yeah. So what are you shooting today?
This is my M1 Garand made in 1954.
Sweet.
Yep, shoots 30-06. Just finished off all my loaded stuff.
Load up another clip. And that's proper nomenclature. It's a clip.
That is true.
Which is fed into the magazine. It irks me when people say clip when they refer to a magazine like this PMag here. Is this PMag for your M1 Garand?
Yes.
That'd be pretty cool. No, that's for an AR-15.
I believe an M1 that takes a magazine is an M1A.
Which is right down the couple lanes over. We'll probably go check that out here in a second.
All right, we're all set there.
What manufacturer is your M1?
This one is a H&R or Harrington and
Richardson.
Richardson, thank you.
Yeah, that's what mine is too. They made a lot of them during the 50s, like Korean War era. That's a lot of, the most popular ones you'll see are either the H&Rs, which are pretty high quality, and then Springfield, which is what most of the World War II era ones are. There's 8 rounds of 30-06, and you're shooting the American Eagle.
That is correct.
For the M1 Garand.
150 grain, if I remember correctly.
Yep. Yep. Full metal jacket, 150.
What I really like about these is that I can load it either way. There's no up to this. There's no up and down.
Right. Nice. You're a lot better at that than I am. I'm still really like afraid of getting my thumb jammed in there.
I haven't caught it yet. I find if I push it all the way down till I feel it stop, and then just let it go, one of two things happens. Either it chambers around and it's ready to fire, or it'll get stuck on just some piece of metal that's sticking up, which was actually really common in World War II and Korea for the guys that carried this. And all you have to do usually is give a slap to the charging handle. It gets over that obstruction.
That's kind of how mine was going earlier when I was shooting mine. It was doing that. All right, let's dump those 8 rounds and let's hear the ping.
Yeah, let's see if we can do a little bit better with these.
It's all right. We can't see where you're hitting at from here. So.
Oh, well then all of these are bullseyes.
Exactly.
Other thing I love about this rifle is where the safety is. Yeah. Right here at the front of the trigger guard.
Yeah, it's cool. All the rifles that are based on that action are like that. The Mini 14's like that, and then so's the M1A1.
Very, very nice.
Which is down there, and it's the same thing, basically.
All right, let's do this. Oh, there's one of those I was telling you about.
Oh, okay, so that's what was going on there.
Yep, just jams up.
Huh.
And there's the ping. Nice.
Mine hasn't done that. I was getting a couple. Of course, I messed around with the adjustable gas plug on mine.
Yeah.
So it started off with the gas plug was completely backed out. So of course it wasn't cycling the action at all. Okay. And then I get it to where it would eject the cartridge, the empty case, but not cycle a new round. And then I finally I tightened it enough where it was ejecting an empty case and then chambering a new one. And then that's kind of where I quit because I didn't want it much more than that. Because I was doing it with this type of ammo, which is a little lower powered than like hunting ammo. So after my shoulder recovers here in a little bit and I get my Tavor sighted in, I'm going to try some hunting ammo and see how that goes.
Yeah.
So cool.
So yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Let's see here. Oh, see, yeah, it's coming loose.
You might need, you want to put mine in it and see if it stays tight. We could put my original gas plug in yours.
We could try it. Are you still rolling?
Yeah, I'm still rolling here.
Well, what's going on here, and this is a little hot, so I'll do what I can do here. First of all, we are empty. I cannot put the safety on when
well, I can see there's nothing in it.
But I'm not about to shoot my hand off, if anyone watching this is wondering. What we're talking about is the gas plug, which is actually this piece right underneath the barrel that works with the gas tube here that, you know, operates this whole thing. The gas that goes through the barrel operates the op rod, which is this guy, and works the action. And what I'm finding is mine is coming loose. Like I can turn that, even though it's very hot, with my hand right there.
Yeah, that's probably
letting some of the gas escape and not letting it come all the way back, which is causing when I fire for these rounds to be pointed up like that.
Let's put mine in it and see what happens.
Let's do that.
Because it's the same thing. They're both H&Rs.
It's original to the rifle. But just
probably
even compared to this one.
Re-arsenal pressure.
Oh,
so that's the one that was in there. Yeah, so this is the one that's in there, right?
Yeah, that was this one for mine, yes. And this is the one that you are donating.
That's the one from mine. So that's the original one from mine. And I've swapped it out for an adjustable one. He's going to try this one and see if he gets any malfunctions like that, where the rounds kind of jagged through the action, causing the malfunction.
I just think your threads, with the one yours came with, just look a lot cleaner than this guy.
Yeah, they do.
I got some oil if you want to put some oil on
Those look more rounded out a little bit.
They really do. I mean, this one's junked up with carbon because I've been firing it, but even so, they look worn.
Yeah, put that one in it.
I'd have to do some research on this one too. Yeah, see, mine's got a different stamp than yours as well. Mine's got a P on it, whereas yours does not. There's a P, and I'm assuming
that way. Okay, well that's easy enough. Then we know which way, or whose is whose. And
I'm not sure what that difference means. It might be a proof mark, but
yeah, but you're
maybe
right.
not. I'm not sure. We'll have to look.
Proof mark. That sounds about right.
Actually, yours is cold. So no, I still got damage. So.
It's pretty easy installation. You just put it in and.
I'm using a T-shirt over the screwdriver, so I don't have any metal on metal contact. I don't want to damage these rifles any more than we have to, because I respect them too much. There's too much history going on here.
If that doesn't get it tight enough, we can use a 1/4-inch drive socket, like an extension, like just the receiver part, and that works out pretty good too.
Your threads are much, much better. So if this doesn't stay in there, it might be the threads on the inside of the gas tube thing going on here.
Okay.
I don't know if Loctite's a good idea for a gas tube.
I'd say no.
Yeah, we'll have to look at some
just get a new gas tube or something else.
These rifles are pieced together with parts anyway, so.
Would you?
I would.
I don't know if I'd do that.
Well, you're talking an old gun too. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
I'll tell you what, like an M1A, if I had Loctite it, I'd Loctite it. It's just, just different.
Well, some stuff you're probably okay with. That piece is gonna get pretty hot though, so I don't know.
It is.
Because that Loctite.
It's not going to hold very long.
Yeah, unless you get the red shit. But then if you put the red Loctite on it, I don't know if you'll get it off.
Yeah.
That's why I use the blue stuff, is that way you can get it off again. But if you use red, I don't know. It might.
I've been tempted to turn this
permanent.
over to somebody who knows all about these anyway.
Have them do a little work to it.
Yep, just do a little tune-up if I know that there's an issue there.
So this is a 54 model, you're saying?
This was made in 1954.
This one.
The receiver was built in 1954. I believe, with the research I've done on this particular gun, that the wood is, I believe, original to it. It has proof marks saying it was accepted into U.S. government service. I believe that the wood was kind of refinished at some point. I believe this is new stain, but it does have some good gouges out of it and stuff.
It probably needs a little bit of a tune-up, man.
Most of the parts are from HRA, which is that 1954 era one. There are a couple, like my trigger group was actually made in 1942 or that era. This is from a Springfield armor.
What they did after the war is they took all the rifles and they took them all apart, and then they threw all the parts in a bucket.
Yep.
And then later on down the line, they took pieces out of the bucket and put the rifles back together with like newer stocks and stuff.
And no one cared.
So you get these like rifles that are all pieced together through all these different rifles over the years. So most likely some pieces saw action or were issued to soldiers, you know, over the years.
Yep.
Just depends.
Well, what I really like about this particular rifle is that it never entered, it never went through the civilian marksmanship program. Are you familiar with them at all? It was never sold to an overseas country and then brought back and refinished and put back in. So this is essentially it's been in American hands since the beginning, which is something I like.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
All right, I'm going to fire a few more off, and then we'll just see what happens here. See if we get any stoppages, see if that comes loose, just see what happens. See, now it's stuck, and then it figured itself out.
Cool. Yeah, you're a lot smoother with that than I am.
I watch a lot of TV and a lot of movies.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone got eyes and ears?
Yep. Go ahead. I'll catch that if it's knocked off.
Seemed to work okay.
There's 8 rounds without a hiccup. As long as your shoulder can take it, I'd say load it up again and see what happens.
Let's just see if this is coming loose at all. Okay.
So again, I guess the summary of what we're doing is we're just making sure that that's sealed, that gas plug at the very end there.
Nope, seems as tight as when I put it in.
All right, cool.
That might be all you need then, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
1950s era.
This is
H&R M1 Garand.
I bet that's a
cool.
$10 part to order from somewhere.
That's not
Yeah.
bad at all.
All right.
He's trying to hit a steel target 100 yards away. To the left. Bounce. Yeah, he did get it with a bounce.
They're not very consistent at that range. I'm aiming at essentially the same spot. Some are going far and some are going low.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
It's because you're shooting a pistol at 100.
Yeah. Not really meant to do this.
Nah.
Just a smidge high. Way high.
It's harder than it looks.
You'll get one. That was close. That was, oh!
No, that's it.
I think that one counts.
Yeah, I think that one counts, man.
It might have been a bounce, but it had a good solid hit down to
That's
it.
pretty good. I mean,
Pistol shooting at 100 yards, I'll take it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, I'm done messing with it. You guys can play now.
Oh, I'm not going to waste your 45 ammo.
I don't plan to take any home with me, so have at. I've got carry ammo in abundance. This is the only target stuff I got. It needs to not exist anymore.
if you say so.
That's right. Oh, go ahead. I've got another box.
Hell yeah. Let me see this thing.
Go for it.
All right, do you know how to operate a 45? Just for...
Put that.
Yep.
Yeah.
To go forward, that's pretty
Okay,
much it,
safety is right here. Down is on safe. If you flip it up, it's just a thumb safety. Now safety's on. As soon as you thumb that down, it's good to go.
right? All right.
All right. All right, safety's off. So when you hit the bang switch, it's gonna go.
First time shooting a 45. Woo!
Nice.
Oh, nice.
That's a good start.
That is a really good start.
I'm hitting that bitch.
You're just to the top left of it. Just a little high. Nice. Yeah, these things are.
These things are nice, man.
There's one more.
See, I would have quit after I got that hit. I'm done.
Yep. 100% success.
Yep, exactly. I know what you did.
Good bounce.
Nice. I heard that. That was a solid. That was a solid one.
All right, next. Reload. Yeah.
I'm not even aiming now. I'm just shooting. This is nice, man.
Yeah.
This is sweet. So what do you do to get that home? Just, okay.
Yeah, there's no way to decock it other than pulling the trigger.
All right. I'll give it a shot here.
I
Okay,
can't believe how close it was to hitting that.
I'll miss a couple
yards.
times.
that's fine.
I was all excited. I was shaking and everything. It's the first time
Without tooting my own horn, that is a good 1911. That's a Kimber Custom too.
It is.
I wanted to buy one of those since I first saw them like 10 years ago.
gun.
Love that pistol.
You seen those Wilson Combats?
Okay, those are on another level. Those
I
are
haven't
amazing.
I've only seen one, and my buddy bought it when he got back from our second. He paid like $2,200.
Yeah, and that's why they're on another level. They are above my price range.
I might buy a magazine for my Kimber that says Wilson Combat. I might do that.
I don't know if I could justify paying $2,000 for a pistol.
If you got the money, it's
seriously
okay. But
cheat
if you
here.
don't, you know it.
Yeah. If I ever won the lottery, I'd buy one.
Mhm.
Or if I ever cash out my IRA, I'll buy one.
That's right.
Damn!
Good.
You me cheating though? I'm not even holding it up. I'm seriously like down in here.